Evening, everyone. Welcome to Monday's YouTube Live. I'm just making sure we are live wherever I want us to be live. Yeah, we're live on YouTube. I've had a few little technical problems recently, so I'm just making sure the technology is working as I want it to. And it is. That's good news. Lovely, jubbly. Okay, so I'm back now. Welcome to Monday, the 13th of May. I can see a few people are joining. Hi, Margaret. Hi, Joanna. Hi, Shaz. Hi, Crafty Kasha. And that's better. You can now hear me. That's good. I worked out that I was on mute. So it's usually me that's telling everyone you're on mute, but it was nice for it to be the other way around. How, Carol? Okay, so it's 8:30 and I'm going to spend a little bit of time with you all tonight being creative. It's a beautiful evening here. I've actually got the door open. I can hear the birds singing. It's partly because I know the dog will bark to come in and disturb me, so I'm hoping he'll just let himself in now. It was a beautiful weekend here. We had warm weather, we had sunshine. The girls loved being in the garden, having lots of water fights and being with their friends. So lovely weekend all round. I'm off on holiday this week, so this is my last live for a little while. I'm off to Mallorca for 4 days with Darren and his family. Oh, my glasses are now wonky. That's better. And then we're home for a few days and then off to Portugal with my mum and the girls. So I'll be around sort of intermittently, but I'll try and share some bits and pieces with you while I'm away. I had my team retreat this weekend, which was really special. One of my team came over from Belgium, so we organised a team event around that. And it was lovely to just be together, to craft, to chat, to have a really good time together. And then my mum did afternoon tea for us all, which was really, really special. Love team events. They fill my heart. They make me realise why I do what I do. And my heart is full again. So thank you to everyone who came to that and made it really special. Sophie, you made it back safely. Hooray! I hope you had a good journey. Shaz has said torrential rain all day. Please don't send it this way, Shaz. But I hope you're all right. So let's make a little start. I'm going to do something a little bit different tonight. You may not think it's different. I think it's different. So we'll see where the evening takes us. As always, everything I'm using tonight can be purchased from my online store. The details are in the blurb below on YouTube. If you're watching on Facebook, you can go to staceymarsh.co.uk and find all the products there. There's a great joining offer at the moment throughout the month of May. I've welcomed 7 new people to my team and 2 returners, which is fabulous. The joining deal, you pay £99, you choose £130 worth of product, and Stampin' Up will gift you a set of in-colour products, including the ink pads, some paper, some pens. So it's a really, really excellent deal. And I would urge everyone to put their wish list together and take advantage of this offer because it really is that good. If you have any questions about that, pop them in the comments. I'll try and keep up, and feel free to talk amongst yourselves. So let's head over to my craft desk. Okay, here we are. So tonight I am going to start on page 22 of the catalogue. So for those of you that have got catalogues, and I apologise, I've been really slow getting mine out this year because of other things that are going on, but they should be with you any day now if you're on my mailing list. So page 22 of the new catalogue, it's called Basic Card Design, and it is a terrific page to be inspired by. So it talks you through the highlight of Stampin' Up, the coordination of our colours. It talks you through the inks, the papers, the add-ons, and down the bottom it's called a little inspiration. And the blurb, it says, this catalogue is full of cards and samples meant to spark your creativity. Find something you love and give it a try. You can also copy any of the card templates below and find others throughout the catalogue. So what you have at the bottom here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There are 22 different card templates. And if I just lift this up to the camera to show you in a bit more detail, they're brilliant. They're simple, not too taxing, and are designed to just really, really spark your imagination. I love that Stampin' Up have given us this. I feel like this catalogue is really more of a lookbook, more of a starting point, and this is the ideal starting point. So I'm using that in my video today. On this page 23, it also talks you through the colour family coordination. So it's a little bit of an introduction into the coordination of colours that Stampin' Up offer, and then it obviously gives you some ideas below. So I'm actually going to start with this template here, which is the very, very first one. And actually, when you look at that in detail, it looks remarkably similar to this, which I know seems very simple, but I'm not going to go simple, am I? Come on, let's be real. I'm going to mix it up a little bit. I've got a few things that I wanted to show you as a little starting point as well. So I'm going to use, I know I've used this a lot, but I know you all love it. I'm going to be using some Layers of Beauty because it really is my absolute favourite product in the catalogue. So Layers of Beauty, this is a stamp set and die bundle with a set of masks that you use to colour in these images. So I shared this one on my social media last week, and this has been made using a colour combination which is Bubble Bath, Moody Mauve and Pebbled Path. So a light pink, a sort of dusky pink and grey, which is a fab colour coordination. And I've used it in the background here to create my patterned paper. I shared this one on Thursday during my weekly Thursday craft along, and here I've used the stamp on its own, the outline stamp, and I've stamped in crushed curry ink onto crushed curry card. So that gives you a little idea of how it looks when it's just stamped as the outline. And then I've coloured this image in with watercolour pencils, but used just as pencils. So that technique is available on my YouTube channel. You just need to search for Thursday Craft Along and it's there. And it's also got the measurements there that you need for this card. And then lastly, I have this one here. This was a design, I've shared it on my socials today, and it was made for my team event this weekend. So I have used the images in the stamp and the masks, but I've not gone traditional with those colours. I have used Pool Party for the flowers and Misty Moonlight for the leaves, and I've added in a little touch of Crumb Cake, which I think is perfect with those colours. So the colours that I've got with me today are these. I have Petal Pink, Moody Mauve and Pretty Peacock, and they are the colours from this week's Global Design Project Challenge, which you'll find on Instagram. Just pop it into the search bar and it will come up. And I also have these two on my desk. So Layers of Beauty and Thoughtful Wishes. I'm going to show you just how magnificent this stamp is. Okay, so let's move everything out of the way and get some card, shall we? And let's shut the door. Okay, so I'm going to bring out my masks, and my masks are a little bit on the grubby side, but that's fine. I can give them a little wipe. So the Layers of Beauty decorative masks, you have 5 masks. Now I have 2 sets of masks here, so this is going to be fun. Now the masks, the masks all have numbers on them. So that's 1, that's 2, that's 3, that's another 3, 4 and 5. Okay, so I'm just going to give, you can see these have been used in my team event and they're still a little bit grubby, so I'm just going to give those a little wipe over. And I'm just taking a baby wipe to this mask to give it a little clean. So this stamp, this set, as I mentioned at the beginning, it is my favourite. Has anyone else spotted it, bought it, used it, hasn't spotted it? Let me know in the comments. Okay, so I've given those a little white over. And I'm just giving them a little dry on my dress. This is why I always wear dark colours. Okay, so the idea of these masks, I'm going to start with number one. Number one is here. Okay, so this mask is designed so that when the stamp is up the right way, the little notch in the bottom left hand corner, when it's up the right way, it means the notch is in the bottom left hand corner. So as long as your mask sits in that gap, you know you've got enough space. So I'm going to take my stamp, and you need a big acrylic block for this. A lot of people say, do I really need that block? Yes, you absolutely do. They are fabulous. So let's put I need it now. Carol used it for coffee and cards today and she loves it. How did it go down, Carol? What did people use to colour it in with? Did they use the masks? Okay. So the idea of this, to have it up the right way, it's almost in a V shape. Okay. So you've got this little area here, which is, where's the stamp gone? The card stamp case. These three leaves here are at the top. Okay, so I've got it up the right way, and I'm going to stamp this with Pretty Peacock. Okay, my preference with this is to stamp it in a dark colour. I don't know why that is. We use the new ink colours and the masks. Oh, it looks lovely with the new ink colours, Carol. Okay, so I'm going to take my mask away and I'm going to stamp this just in the top, at the top of the page, in the centre. Great thing about this block is because it's so heavy, gravity is going to do all the work for us and pull that ink into the paper. I'm just literally pressing it, never move it, never kind of rock it. This should be good enough. Now, this may be famous last words, but let's see. Perfect. Okay, so I'm going to put my block to one side, and then this mask, again, you're going to start with these three little leaves over here, and that's your starting point for lining it up. Okay. And then you're going to turn it around a little bit. There we go. So when you're happy with where that is, you're going to put a little mark where that notch is over here. Now, I've not got much space here. Now, I don't really use it this way because I'm quite happy to use it just holding on to it. Now I've done that, I'm going to take my Petal Pink ink pad. I'm just going to treat myself to a new blending brush. I take my Petal Pink ink pad and holding it firmly in place, I'm going to go in with my first layer of ink. Okay. And what I absolutely adore about this technique is you never get the same colour twice, because every time you colour it, you put different pressure on your blending brush. You may have more ink on your blending brush, you may have less ink, but you get a really, really beautiful, soft colour. So that doesn't look like much at all, but now if I take this off, it's starting to bring that flower to life. I'm going to put that to one side, and then I'm going to go in with number two. So my little notch is over here, so I'm lining that up, and then I'm matching up the pattern to make sure I'm happy with it. Now, I could go in with Moody Mauve, but I'm going to stick Petal Pink. Okay. And this you want to press just a little bit firmer with your blending brush to really start to bring out that detail. Like so. So you can see that's giving you more detail. So that's number two. And now we're going to finish our flower with number three. that looks good there as well. So with this one, again, I'm pushing a little bit firmer. And then when you take that off, you've got beautiful colours that are really, really soft. I think that's really, really pretty. It's really delicate. It's very, if I'm allowed to use the phrase, very Kidston-esque. And then we're going to go in with the leaves. So with the leaves, we're going to use mask number 4 and line it up. And this time I'm going to use Pretty Peacock, which is the colour that I have stamped in. So let's just grab a little bit of scrap. Okay, that's quite flew on there. I've got the colour, but I've got this one here. This looks like it's been used with Postal Cabana. Okay, that's not too bad. So now this is a really, really dark colour. So you want to get rid of any excess. I've just moved it, that's really annoying. You want to get rid of any excess off your blending brush. And then again, just go in really lightly to start. Like so. Oh, it's so pretty. And then the last one, that's number 4 as well. Where's number 5? This one's number 5. And then I'm going to use the same colour again. So Pretty Peacock again. And again, just be a little bit firmer with that pressure. And that will pick up more detail. Oh my goodness, the dog and the bed behind me. Dave? No, he's taking the inside of his bed out. Oh gosh. Okay, so there we have our finished coloured image. What do you think? I think that's really, really pretty. I think I'm going to put a bit of Wink of Stella on that. My lovely friend Jane, who's in my team, she inspired me at the weekend to use more Wink of Stella because it's one of those things, it's on my desk, but I never use it. And she made the most beautiful cards and they had Wink of Stella on. So I need to use Wink of Stella more in my life. Okay, I'm going to take a picture of what he's doing after this and share it on the comments because it's not good. So now I'm going to take my die and I'm going to line it up with the outline of that image. Let's refocus, that's better. Wendy's put very pretty. Thank you, Wendy. He won't be happy until he's properly destroyed this bed. Okay, so now I'm going to run that through my die machine. And there we have it. That is the most prettiest set of flowers. I just love it. So now we need to turn it into a card, and we're going to remember that card layout, aren't we? Card layout on page 22. So page 22, we're following this card layout here. So let's get some card. Let's see what I've got here. Okay, let's use some thick white. I haven't used thick white, I fear, in a long while. And let's use some of that. I'm going to cut this down into half. and then turn and score in half. So let's remember what I've used. So I've used some Pretty Peacock, and I've used some Petal Pink, and I've used some mauve. So let's get some scrap. Petal Pink, Pretty Peacock, and Moody Mauve is the other one, isn't it? Let's just find some of that. I should have really got this ready beforehand, but I didn't. Moody Mauve, here we go. So let's now just have a look at this. So the front of my card is here, and the measurement of that card front is 10.5 by 14.9. So I'm going to take this piece down. We need to make this into a square. So I'm going to take this down to about 9.5 centimetres. 9.5 by 9.5. Okay, so I have this lovely piece here. Now in the background there is some pretty, so another layout, so I've got some Petal Pink. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to do 9.5 the same. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger, so let's go to 13. That's quite nice, isn't it? Like that. Now I've just got to get the Moody Mauve in it somehow. So Moody Mauve is here. Let's just cut a little bit of this down, and we'll have some Thoughtful Layers die. So in these Thoughtful Wishes, sorry. Was it Thoughtful Journey? Thoughtful Wishes. You've got this really lovely detailed die. So I'm going to cut me out one of those, and I'm going to use this as a layering piece for the background. Dave? No. Oh my goodness. Lovely, and would be as pretty in different colours. Margaret, this is the sort of set that just looks lovely in every single colour that I've tried it in. I just think it's really, really beautiful. So delicate. Okay. And those colours look nice. I like to layer things up before I stick them down. So I'm actually going to cut this in half. Now let's start sticking some things down. And then this sheet. So let's use some double-sided tape to stick this down. So I'm going to put a piece there and a piece there. So we're just extending this die. Okay. And then this is going to get layered on top. What do you think? Do we think yay or do we think nay? I'm feeling it. I'm going to use some of this foam adhesive sheet. It's great for using with the really big pieces that you want to raise. And then I'm going to add in some other little pieces with this. So in this same set, I've got this one here. Let's have that one as well, shall we? I'm loving this colour combination. Okay, let's have another one of these. I don't know whether this is going to be too much. Yeah, I think that's too much. So let's just put that to one side and let's work on this little sentiment. So the sentiment that I've got is it's going to be like a banner. So let's have, shall we have it in Misty Mauve? Misty Mauve? Where did I get that from? Moody Mauve. No, Lee. Let's do a little bit of heat embossing. So the stamp set that I have, we have You Make Life Better. We have Grateful for You, and we have You Make Life Better, and we have Dearest Friend. I think I'm going to go, or Thinking of You Fondly. Thinking of You Fondly is very nice. So let's take that. Let's do a little bit of this. So this is heat emboss. I'm going to heat emboss this with white embossing powder. So I've just gone over it with an embossing buddy. Can you explain why you chose Moody Mauve? I chose Moody Mauve because this is the colour combination of this week's global design project, which I thought would be fun to play along with. It's probably not a colour combination I would have used, but I think it's going somewhere. Okay, so Thinking of You Fondly, and just remember, I don't think my heat tool is plugged in, so let's just plug that in. Plugged in. It's on one of those smart plugs. So, because I'm always terrified, I'm going to leave it on and it's going to burn my craft room down. Okay, so I've got Thinking of You Fondly. There we go, it's just starting to change now. Perfect. I see, not one that you would have thought about but works well. So now I have this, which I quite like that actually. I quite like that it's quite wide. I'm going to trim it down ever so slightly. I'm going to add a little bit of ribbon around it. Well, not ribbon, but twine. So I've tied that round twice. And then I'm going to secure that with a little bit of double-sided tape. Dave? No. Oh gosh, it's like there's been a fluffing explosion behind me. And then I'm going to attach that to my card. Love the chunkiness of it. I quite like it, Shaz. I do. Not normally would have gone this chunky, but I'm quite pleased I did. And then now I've got that in position, I can tie this. Okay, so I've got that and I've got that. I'm going to add a little bit of Wink of Stella for good measure. And yes, Wink of Stella is still in, what's the word? It's still current. I've just read Shaz's comment. Every time, my husband's ears prick up every time you say Dave. It's really made me chuckle. I'm sure your Dave is more well behaved than my Dave is. I will share on Facebook what he has done whilst we've been here tonight. And he's in my bad book, shall we say. Okay, so I'm just adding a little bit of Wink of Stella to these flowers. Which is really hard to show on screen. Really, really hard. Okay, and I think it needs a little bit more green. So let's have a look at some embellishment, shall we? Oh, that's not embellishment. This one is most definitely not. That's really funny. Oh, these are quite nice. These are like a purpley colour. These are purple fine shimmer gems. No idea if they're current or not, but gems are gems in my eyes. We love them. And these are like a little, they are almost moody mauve in colour, which is just what we need. He's an angel. You wait. You just wait to see what he's done. Okay, so that is my card this evening. I haven't done anything on the inside, so I will do that next. But let me know what you think in the comments. I'm really pleased with that, actually. I know it's not a colour combination that really jumps off the page, but I think it's rather effective. So now let's take some white card. I'm not going to use thick because it's just too chunky. And I'm going to cut myself a little layer. So that layer I started with on the front was 9.5, wasn't it? Is it 9.5 by 12 or by 13? Let's remember. By 13. Dave. Sorry. 9.5 by 13. And I'm going to stick that in as it is. I've now lost my tape runner. Going in there at an angle, and then I've got this little bit here that I can add. I'm going to just trim it down ever so slightly. Like so. To have over here. He's used to a stern voice, he's always in trouble. Perhaps it's a David thing. Okay. That's going on there. And then the other sentiments in this case are, so I've got thinking of you fondly, dearest friend. Let's use that, dearest friend. And I'm going to stamp this in Pretty Peacock so we can get a little bit of detail on the inside. Okay, guys, I think I'm happy with that. I'm really pleased. I'm pleased with all the layers. It's quite a chunky card. There's a lot going on in there. So I would probably hand deliver this to someone rather than pop it in the post. It's a great any occasion card. So thinking of you fondly. That can be for any reason, really. We'll just recap on what I've used. Colour palette I've used Moody Mauve, Petal Pink, and Pretty Peacock, which is this week's Global Design Project theme. I've used Layers of Beauty stamp set, dies and masks. I've used the Thoughtful Wishes stamps for the sentiments and dies. I've added in some purple shimmer gems, and I have added a little bit of Wink of Stella. I'll see if I can show you that. A little bit of Wink of Stella. Is it catching the light? Not really. On the roses. Heat embossing, and then some detail inside. So guys, that is it for me this evening. Thank you so much to everyone who's watched and joined along. Sorry if I've made any husbands a little bit on the edge of their seat. I'll share a photograph on Facebook of what the dog has done while we've been live. And if anyone wants to get in touch, please do. I love hearing from you all. And I'll try and get this up on my blog for tomorrow with all the details. That's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I look forward to speaking to you all very, very soon. Bye for now.